All right, we're on the AT, leaving Springer, going to go back up here to the Benton MacKaye. We're going to hang a left. And we're going to work our way to Three Forks on the Benton MacKaye as opposed to the AT. Get to Three Forks, going to hook back, come back to the parking lot. So that's the plan today. A lot more miles than last time, about the same pack weight, so 20-ish pounds. Let's see if I can add about 3 or 4 more miles to it. So see what happens. It's a lot warmer today, probably 60s. So hence short sleeve shirt. I've got an long sleeve undershirt if I needed, a jacket if I needed, but I'm not going to. Unless something happens, I break a leg or something and I'm out here all night. But don't see that happening. So lots of people. Parking lot was jammed, had to park on the side of the road with a lot of other people. So plenty of people to scream and holler and get them to hear me, so we'll see what happens. So here we are. That's where I came up last time. We're going to go this way. That goes to Three Forks, but we'll be coming back that way. So this is the first intersection, and there'll be a couple of more to come. So of course, this is where I complained about my pack. Call this complaint corner, I guess. And I reserve the right to complain when I get back here later today. So just might make it a tradition. Yeah, this is just when you're done, you come stop here, you complain a little bit, get it out of your system, and get back to the truck. Or in my case, the brew. All right, on our way. Nice little vegetation tunnel. If it was a hot day, this would be a welcome relief from in the shade, but it's not particularly hot today. Shade's not a concern, but there's somebody up in front of me. I can see the leaves are turned over, so somebody decided to hike this day. Lots of folks back there on the AT. Not nearly as many folks here on the BMT, which is not the Boston Manhattan Transit. It is rather the Benton MacKaye Trail. So nice little trail. If you want to get away from the AT a little bit, get away from traffic, you can meander your way on this. Eventually it's going to get up to Long Creek Falls and hang a left, and it'll go all the way back out to the west and up into North Carolina and so forth. So you can make a big giant loop if you want with the AT that way. Hundreds of miles. I don't know how big that loop is. Maybe 500? I don't know. But we won't be doing that today, obviously. I'm going to keep it short and sweet. Try to get out of here before dark, that kind of thing. So yeah. Here you can see we're looping back almost to the road again. So there you are. Benton MacKaye. So we're here at the next crossing of the AT. I've kind of forgotten how this looked, but AT comes up from that way and goes that way. Benton MacKaye crosses right here. I believe this may be it until we get to Three Forks. Either way, we're going to Three Forks. So yeah, probably only gone about a mile or so since loop from the other thing around back to here. It's probably only a mile or so. So warm, very warm. Trees are bare. Ain't got all their duds off for the winter. We're gonna keep moving up this ridge, make our way back around behind Stover Creek Shelter, and we'll cross at the other end. So here we go. I don't know why this seems so interesting to me, but it does. There's a lot of old trees in here, some big trees, and some that obviously have died and fallen. This kind of has a surreal kind of a, I don't know, kind of a surreal look about it. It's a little warmer today, so being a little bit more cautious stepping over logs, but yeah, you can see they've had to come in here and do some cutting. Big trees have fallen in here. Lots of dead trees in here. Kind of surreal. see through the trees, the ridge across the way. AT runs down in there somewhere. We're making a big loop and coming back to it, so still moving. Well, sort of a cairn. It's not like river rock cairns, but it's a cairn. Yeah, making our way down the BMT. Lots of leaves up here. Trail's a little hard to see. There's somebody out ahead of me, I know. Seen some footprints, but it is embarrassing. Clearly I'm getting cell signal. Somebody's up ahead of me because I can see the leaves turned over from somebody. Don't know if I'll catch them, but they're down here somewhere. So yeah. Making our way around. So this is the steepest side slope that I've hit really on almost any of this. Even the AT in this area doesn't have much like this. So clearly the BMT went up on a ridge. And now we're heading back down that backside of that ridge. I thought I'd heard somebody hollering or talking earlier when I was on the upslope on the other side rather. So clearly this works its way along this ridge here. Definitely different. You see this more as you're heading out on the AT than you do between Three Forks and Springer. So definitely a little different flavor to the BMT around here. You can see there's like a clearing of some sort down there, probably a feed plot. I don't know that for sure. It may just be just a big clearing with some thickets or something. I don't think it's completely like a field because I think I could see some thickets through there. But anyway, heading down. My guess is we're going to hook back. I don't know if we'll be on this side of that or the other side, but we'll see where it goes. All right, so we're getting down into all these evergreen thickets and stuff. I guess this is wild holly maybe. Got these big spruces or something down here. I have to look those up. I should know what these are. Yeah, we're getting down some short needle pines here. This is kind of a neat area actually, because most of what you get up top is anything that's evergreens, like a laurel or something like that. You get down into where the creeks are, and then you get some rhododendrons. So this is an interesting section. Got these weird growths, I guess where some limbs had come off some of these trees too. That looks like it might be a poplar or a sweet gum or something there, but kind of a neat area. You can hear the creek down there, which I presume was probably Stover or Chester. I think Chester Creek maybe is down here, but yeah, we're getting close to the big creek. Some of the creeks, you can really hear the water flowing. We're still up a little ways here, so we still got some descending to do probably before we get down there. Real pretty area right here. I really like it. I like getting down in among these creek beds because you just get some pretty vegetation, and you're kind of up on a ridge and then you work your way down. It's really nice. As you can see down there's the road. So, and pretty close to Three Forks. Yeah, getting real close then. That's the road. My guess is we're going to parallel the road. So that went a lot faster than I thought. Of course, we're not there yet. Could easily meander around several more times, but yeah, really hear the water moving down there. Beautiful under here. Just really beautiful. I love hiking under pines and stuff where there's pine needle. Just lays down the undergrowth really nice. Makes for really nice hiking. So won't be long now. Kind of surprised. We'll see. We can still be a little ways away. We could be following this creek for a little while, and certainly that road for a little while. So may still have another mile or so. I don't know, but we'll see. See the rhododendrons down there. Hear that water. Really interesting right here. It's kind of a bench cut double track, maybe even an old road bed. You can see that tree right there growing around that rock. Really open under here. This creek meandering its way through these leaves, dropping underneath us here. Big tree. That looks like a poplar, I think. Big, big, big tree. Just beautiful under here. We've made our way away from the ridge that was following the road and come back. My guess is we're going to be meandering our way down, start descending so we can make our way down there. I believe that's probably Chester Creek, because I'm pretty sure Stover Creek is probably out to our left. You see something's been digging around, probably some hogs digging around maybe. Could be some turkeys just scratching, I don't know, but something's been digging around under the vegetation there. Didn't see a lot of rooting, so it may have just been some birds or turkeys or something. So, yeah. Really nice under here, under these trees. You can still see the road out ahead of us there. So, my guess is this is going to descend right down to the AT. But we'll see. We'll know in a minute. Got some ground cedar. Stuff's really nice to look at. Kind of keeps the under canopy area, undergrowth area nice and plush. Lots of it through here. Moss on the logs, and yeah, I'm just talking at this point to be talking, but beautiful. Beautimus Maximus. Still see the road down there. Get through the trees there. Looks like we've got either something white through the trees. So it's either a car or maybe some falls. Maybe there's another creek coming this way. They're going to converge or something, but I don't know. It's a white something through there. Kind of hard to tell. Lots of rhododendrons down through there. Taking advantage of all that moisture. If you look straight through there, you can see the creek flowing. So here we are. The confluence. This should be the AT. Yeah. There's our white blaze going back to the car. We'll come through there in a moment. We're going to head down here because the BMT and the AT share some trail here till they get up to Long Creek Falls, and then they split up and go their separate ways, like two ships that pass in the night. You know, it's been splendid, but I have to go now. So the BMT says, you know, I got to go. Got things to do. They go their separate ways, only to meet up again at I think Fontana Village. So have to do that loop one of these days, maybe. Anyway, we're in a rhododendron tunnel, making our way down to Three Forks. Should only be a couple of, maybe a turn or two away here. See the cars parked. Lots of folks parked on this, I'm sure, hiking into Long Creek Falls. Doing their REI get outside thing. Get out there. Do something. That's kind of what I'm doing today. Here we are, Three Forks. Been here before, obviously, but never via the BMT. Got some folks lounging and talking and lounging. Here we are. This is probably one of the most beautiful sights on the AT, certainly in Georgia. It's gorgeous. And they come down through the rhododendrons, just make their way under the tunnel. Awesome. Kind of the new setup for the cooking set. Picked up this Toaks titanium pot, and because I've got where I'm only using one, so I got the Transient, of course, in the windscreen, but using this Toaks, I can set everything inside there. And I've even got a coffee cup that I made out of a almond can here, which I could actually cook out of that too if I needed to, but all of that'll fit down inside the Toaks, and I don't have that extra piece on the top, so this kind of consolidates things a lot for me. We've already got our boil. It's almost full boil there, so give him another 30 seconds or so, and then we're gonna have some ramen. So opted for the ramen. I have chili, but decided I'd save that. I might want that on a cold night, far away in my hammock. Might come in handy, you know what I'm saying? Ramen is warm too, but chili kind of makes other things happen that will keep your body warm. So anyway, just about to have some lunch right here by the creek. Of course, we got an audience, not necessarily, but people coming and going. You see, everybody's coming up and taking their break, figuring out where they're going next. I'm probably going to head straight back. Hey, somebody left a ridge line, but I'm probably going to go straight back to the car and head home, get some Mexican tonight. So good day. Got here a lot quicker than I thought. Making really good time, so that was kind of cool. We'll see what we got for the total for the day. I'm expecting about 6.5, 7 miles, but we'll see. All right, heading back. 4.1 miles to Springer Mountain, which means 3.2 miles to the car. Probably only got about 6 miles today, but that's good. A couple more miles than last time, mile and a half, just adding a little bit. Back feels good. I've had that one pain on my side for off and on for days and days, but it doesn't bother me when I'm hiking, so I'm gonna keep hiking. Leaving Three Forks, headed for Springer Mountain parking lot. So long to the creek. All right, on the AT, I believe this is Stover Creek. We're headed across the footbridge here. Beautiful. Headed back to the parking lot. So got some day hikers ahead of me, I know. It's like some double track going that way. We're going this. So we're still in this rhododendron tunnel. It's double track. Been in it for a while. Heading back to Springer Mountain parking lot. This is a really easy section if you're hiking this, and really it's all the way from the parking lot. There's not a lot of elevation. When we come out of this, and I guess leaving the Stover Creek shelter turnoff, we'll start going up a little bit, and we'll get into a little bit of elevation, but nothing like the rest of the AT has. Nothing like Hightower or Cooper or Sassafras Mountain, nothing like that. That's really the beginning of the real climbing. This is all fairly easy going. This rhododendron tunnel in the summertime is a relief. And you're constantly hearing the creek. It's either on one side or the other. Some big volume stuff too. You'll hear it get pretty loud, but the rhododendrons have so much of it covered up, it's just hard to see. But yeah, you can see it's like a jungle in here. But yeah, Lots of rhododendrons and laurels all around in here. But we should be crossing the creek here in just a little bit. One more time, we just crossed it, a small one. We'll cross again and then make our way up towards the shelter, and then beyond that, cross the BMT a couple of times because we crossed it, jumped on it when we first got here and crossed the AT. So we know we got 2 more crossings, plus the one that I ended up with back there. So 3 times in this section, Benton MacKaye crosses the AT. All right, Stover Shelter, Stover Creek. Got a little turned around back there because I missed a hard left that I didn't remember. I knew we were supposed to cross a big creek. I went straight instead of turning. Since I was on double track, it looked like the trail. It's real easy to do because the trail doubled back so hard on itself. And the blaze was down the trail a little. But I ended up popping out of the woods, crossing the creek at a different location, and making my way back to the back of the shelter. I've only done this section once, so I'm not going to kick myself too much. Not that it's an excuse, I should have been watching the turns. When the trail looks like it's not very beat out, that's a sign. The AT should always look fairly beaten down. Now that doesn't, but when you look back you can see. So, yeah. We just got to be careful. Watch the blazes. I didn't see blazes for a little while, but I saw trail. Somebody's done that before. It is a way that would short the trail by about a couple of 100 yards. It actually comes out down to my right, so don't want to do that. Don't want to short the trail. Anyway, then I got stubborn. I wanted to see where I missed the turn, so I hiked backwards on this until I found the spot. And I was like, ah, now I remember. There was a pile of limbs there, like small logs, if you will. But people had clearly been beaten over them, so I thought it was a trail. But people have been doing what I'd been doing, missing the turn. So no biggie. A little embarrassing, but when the trail doubles back hard, you'll miss it if you're not paying attention. So it's just... Anyway, we're up and out of the creek bed, up here on the edge of the laurels, and rhododendrons and so forth. We'll probably meander in and out of it for a little ways, but then, yeah, we got this little footbridge here. It was actually just beyond this footbridge where that road trail came in. But we'll start making our way up a little bit higher, and then we'll pretty much be out of the creeks and stuff until we get to the car, and of course at the car. So here we are. Got a little wore out from that detour. Going this way. A little campsite back there. I remember hiking this before when I clearly didn't miss it. And there were people camping there. Whew, getting tired. I want to say it was somewhere in here where I screwed up. Actually, where I was trying to rectify the problem by coming back onto the trail. See, that looks like a trail. That looks like a trail. Somebody's even put an arrow here, which is wrong. That'll go down and join the AT after crossing the creek, but you got vegetation and all to go through. There's a trail bead in there, but it ain't much of one. So Need a white blaze right there. And another one back where that turnoff was to make it look right. Anyway, heading up and then on. I probably have this on one of my other videos, but I don't know that I do. This is just a beautiful creek crossing here. Flat rock. And it's just dumping down this hillside. It's awesome. A little muddy. Obviously there's some water trapped in here and probably coming off this hillside, working its way into this mud. Probably some freeze thaw work going on too, maybe. A little slick, probably. Yeah, it's coming out of here. Working its way down. Just not running. A little bit of a climb. Got a feeling the Benton MacKaye is going to cross right up here. Then we should only have a mile or so to the car. Alright, we closed the first loop of the figure eight. We came from that way, went that way. We're on the AT, that was the BMT. Three Forks is that way. We're heading back this way. I'm gonna take a break, should have taken one before now. At detour and doing that circle so I could double check and make sure I knew where my turn was after I missed it. Took a little out of me. We're not too far now though. Take a break and we'll get going. Still got plenty of daylight. Probably another 35, 40 minutes worth, so won't be long. All right, close the second loop. It's getting late. Probably be at the car right about now if I hadn't doubled back to check on where I'd gotten off track before, but wanted to know. Back at Complaint Corner. That's the way we took off this after earlier today. Round 1. So yeah, we got maybe half a mile. We'll be at the car. All right, it's getting dark. That's what happens when you lollygag. Let's see how far we did. I'm gonna guess 7. 6.8. Close enough for government work. Can't beat that. Alright, so yeah, that knocks out more of the BMT for me. Right now I gotta get home and get some dinner.